Come on up here, Five. Now he knows we do things together. This is my colleague, and I want to make sure he's up here. Councilmember Jaime Resendez. Give it up for him, who is also a member of my family, but also he is a military man and a veteran that we always celebrate. We thank you so much for what he does on a day-to-day basis and helping us. And you know, we always have to be very supportive because we need each other. We need 8, all right? But seriously, you got to be able to count on the council. And it works well in the southern sector as we move together. And there are things that you're going to see more and more of us working together, pulling that 8. And so quickly, very happy to be here this morning. And it's meant to be what it is today for us to be here. Even in the weather that's here, still a beautiful day because we're able to be seen and not viewed. Amen. And so there are so many folks in here who have done so many things. And just quickly, I am inspired and I remain inspired by the history of this great organization. And so when I begin to call names, you know, I get in trouble. But I was so happy to know that the history that, of course, Ms. Helen Giddings, and of course, I call her Dr. Ragsdale, it takes a commitment and investment of energies that so many of you don't really understand. And definitely when you're an African-American woman, the struggle gets harder and harder. But the individual guys that are here who just encourage me on a day-to-day basis with their commitment to the commerce and the revolution, Harrison Blair, Matt Houston, Randall Bryant. And so as I stand here this morning, I just kind of think about roots. Okay. And what the roots that we have. Not many of you realize that I'm very proud, and it has nothing to do with me. But I met Mr. Charles O'Neill while in college, and I'll go into that story another time. I did steal his line name. He was Casaboo, and I was Casaboo number 2. I tell that. But I met him at a leadership conference, committed to economic development and business, always serious. And then my roots connected with Mr. Harrison Blair and Matt Houston. Taught both of those individuals at the prestigious Yvonne A. Ewell Townview Magnet Center. I met Mr. Randall Bryant while his commitment was working right here in District 4. And as Mr. Harrison Blair stated, and I felt the same way when I met Harrison and Matt. They were born old. They just flat out were born old. Just old souls. And so there are times when he talks about his grandmother, I'm like, grandmother, what grandmother? Oh, Miss Seeley. And just all the work that you've given. But we do have a lot of work that we must have. We must take care of. And as Randall stated, please, if you have a comment that speaks to destroy, keep it. Right. But if you have something that you want to help and give and support, go directly to them. And it helps all of us in this arena. It works better. I think we have the biggest challenges that we have to fight us to help us. And we shouldn't have to fight us to help us. These guys have made a commitment. They could have walked away. They really could have. They could have walked away. But it takes a commitment day in and day out to raise monies, to put forth these projects that you tell them that they should be able to do. But the bottom line is the Chamber of Commerce must have dollars and good sense. And so it's going to take your support. It's going to continue to take the leadership of these guys and women. But I can tell you right now, I'm so proud to have an active Black Chamber of Commerce here in the city of Dallas. And just know, I have plenty of work for you all to do. You know that. I've already reached out to them on a number of projects. And so they're going to continue to bring momentum to the city of Dallas. You're going to have to be at the table and understand as we talk about equity in this city, you must have a viable, strong, intelligent, active, committed group of individuals who push for equity at the table. And equity and equality are two different things. And so now in the city of Dallas, we speak about economic development. equity and economic development. And we must have all of you to support this chamber. So I'm going to stop at this particular point. But Ms. Helen Giddings, you almost got me going about the banking. And that's a very serious topic when we talk about banking below 30. And so as we continue, and I move to my seat, Deacon, Pastor, I'm going to move to my seat, but just know today is just such a wonderful day. And I don't know, I'm going to take privilege as Mayor Pro Tem with my colleague, Jaime Resendez, if you don't mind, I would want him to say some words. Thank you, sir.
Amen, amen.
Thank you so much. I'll be very, very brief, and thank you, Mayor Pro Tem King Arnold. It's an honor to serve with you, and thank all the leaders that are in here today. I just want to come here to show my support, although, you know, I do represent District 5, Southeast Dallas.